Hello there. We are doing a reading down at the beach, which you cannot see. It's far too dark and it's the new moon, but we do have, rest assured, over my shoulder there, those lights that you can see are cargo ships heading out to somewhere. We are here doing a almost 10 to midnight reading under the almost new moon. The last I checked it was at 22.1% waning in Virgo direct, and that was, I don't know, that was a couple of hours ago now. It was sometime this evening. Hey Billy, and we have Billy. Billy is here with us, keeping us safe and protected from the beach in the night time, because it's not the safest thing in the world for a woman to just be sitting down at the beach in the middle of the night. But this beach has always been pretty quiet. Whenever I've come down here with my ex for night time, we never came across any trouble, but Billy wants to make sure that there isn't any. Anyway, we've got our Kmart $1 special candle, which I'm only burning outside because the amount of toxic soot Billy, out of it, let out, is ridiculous. Okay, Billy, that's enough. I'm not talking to you, buddy. Okay. And, hang on, something for Billy, but I didn't bring enough of it, so I'll have to make it a bit. Thank you for that sneeze in my face. I appreciate that. I'm good to walking away because I've got some of that for later. But that's meant to help him get into the car. Trying to keep all of my stuff together. I have found 2 gifts when I was rooting around trying to find where to set up my light so that you would be able to see me. I have a squished and sandy can of Jack Daniels, which I just put the sand in my eyes, tipped some to the earth for Lilith, my goddess, and I am her daughter. And I will keep my feathers safe with my glittery phone case from Kmart. Everything is from Kmart. Kmart's awesome. Billy, no, there's nothing there for you to attack or defend us from. I don't want Billy to eat the chocolate offering that's for me, and also for Lilith. We'll give that to her when we leave so that Billy doesn't eat it. So let me pop on my glasses, because the only thing that makes it harder to read than a dog in your face. Can you not? You're making me put you in a chokehold. Just stop. Okay, we had to pause for a settling Billy down break because he gets a little bit overexcited and anxious when we're in new situations, and then he tries to climb on my head and get all up in my face, and it needs some work. So yes, got to turn things off and stop everything and settle Billy down, and then he calms down. So now he's sitting nicely behind me like a protective doggy and not trying to climb into my lap like a terrified doggy for no good reason. So back to where we're at, moonology. Under the almost completely new moon, it's waning. It's been a hectic month with a lot of garbage in it that I have not enjoyed at all. It has been nuts. I've been matching people's energy all month, and they really have not liked it when I have reciprocated what they've given to me over and over and over again. I might have gone a little bit hard in it because I was reciprocating everyone had different amounts of time, but I was reciprocating. Perfect, I love it. Everybody's energy in a short amount of time, so it was amplified. This just shot out of my deck. Luck is on your side, Sagittarius. This is the card I pulled that kicked off a big amount of crazy energy shifts. Please don't get in my face again, dog. Look at the bigger picture. Sorry, not luck is on your side. Still full moon in Sagittarius, but it's look at the bigger picture. And yes, this is one of the ones that I kicked off this new cycle of insanity with. I didn't know that I was kicking anything off. I just pulled a card and everything exploded around me. Dog, no, not in my face. So, we are asking for the collective. What does the collective need to know? Whoop, there we go. That shot out too, nearly set itself on fire. And we've got 2 here. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So fire and fire. 2 full moons, and nothing is yet set in stone. I love it. Mutable moon. So we'll take those. Thank you, Spirit. And we are going to get some tarot cards from the Tarot of the Divine. I've got my hair woven through that, not weaved, even though I've only used them once, I think, to interview them when I bought them, and that's all. I have not actually used them in a reading yet. So Lucky Collective, whoops, that's a lot of cards. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to take, there we go, what have we got? I'm going to take you, I'm going to take you, I'm going to flip you. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords upright, we have got the Knight of Wands in reverse, and we have got the Chariot upright. So we'll get the meanings of these because they are all of the, I love these cards. They, who does these ones? If I can see in this light, I'm not sure who the publisher is of this deck. But if you're in Australia, you can get them at Big W. If you're not, you probably find them online. Or even if you are in Australia, you probably find them online. Clarkson Potter Publishers. Clarkson Potter Publishers. There you go. Sounds very, very posh, very regal. How very, Kate Middleton of me. Clarkson Potter Publishers. Yes, I do edit my pics. Poor Kate Middleton. When she tried to edit one pic and everybody wanted to know what happened. What is happening with Kate Middleton? I haven't watched the news in the longest time. Can anyone tell me if she's still fighting the good fight? And I mean, I know she'll be classy AF to the end. We don't need to ask that question. She's Kate Middleton. She's a legend. I confused an American lady when I told her that I'm more Kate Middleton than Meghan Markle, but that really depends on who you ask. I haven't stolen anyone's prince from their country, so probably not Meghan Markle at all. Let's start with the tarot, shall we? And I have, for those who vape like I do and enjoy my vapes, I think this is my daughter's one. I'm not even sure what it is. It's a strawberry I get bar, I think. No, strawberry XO8. There you go. I like it. Been told to start looking out for 8s as my new angel number. I've still got the 4s, so Ace of Swords. That's Ace of Coins. That's Wands. That's not the way that I flip my book. It's good having Billy here so I can just sit down and pay attention to this and know that he's keeping an eye out and that he would let me know if someone comes up to us. Because, yeah, again, want to reiterate, not the most dangerous thing in the world to do. Australia is pretty safe, but also plenty of women get dragged into bushes and bashed and raped and killed and all sorts of things, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say any of those things on YouTube. I can while no one's really watching me, so that's fine, but people get unalived all the time. The Ace of Swords. Gordian knot. Turkey, Greek legend. The Ace of Swords, you're right, Billy, represents a, don't get in my face, please. We were doing so well, Billy. Represents a sudden burst of inspiration, a new solution, a new way of thinking to break through a problem. Slicing through the Gordian knot begins a campaign to conquer new lands. And upright, the keywords are new projects, truth, assertiveness, creative thinking, and clarity. All very fitting. Don't forget to take what resonates. There might be some out-of-the-box messages. If anything's triggering you or upsetting you, it really shouldn't be. I do not read to trigger or upset people. Sometimes I sound a bit triggered and upset when I'm reading. That's a different story. If I'm doing that, I'm probably telling you a story time and have included some sort of reading or channeling, and you can always take what resonates. Remember, these readings are for entertainment purposes only. They are never in place of professional help, or definitely in the case of mental illness, never ever in place of medication or speaking to your psych, whatever they are, psychiatrist, ologist, analyst. We have got the Knight of Wands reversed for the second card here, and that was up the back. Yep. The Knight of Wands, Norway, Taterhood. Again, pretty sure I'll be saying all of these things wrong because they're all from other countries. It is a Nyanga mythology from the, hang on, sorry, I've skipped over. Sorry, Norwegian fairy tale. The Knight of Wands represents a fearless fighter, eager to charge into battle, especially if it means defending someone she loves. Reckless and unafraid, Taterhood grabs what she wants to claim. Grabs what she wants to claim, the future she desires. Okay, reversed. Arrogance, jealousy, abuse, recklessness, a braggart. If you've been walking around bragging, don't do it, it's not nice. If you have been arrogant, if you have been jealous, if you have been abusive, if you've been reckless, maybe you had your burst of inspiration and then you got a little bit full of yourself and started being reckless, possibly, and bragging. But that is in reverse. Take what resonates. And we have the Chariot. I did just listen to a reading from my beautiful Aldrea, I think I said that before, who said that I'm going to want to fight people. So maybe that's me. I don't know if I've been a braggart. I've probably been a bit reckless, depending on who you ask, actually. I think I've never been more careful about anything in my entire life, ever. The Chariot. The three princesses of Whiteland. Norway. Norwegian fairy tale. Oh, 2 Norwegian fairy tales. The Chariot is about harnessing emotions and charging down a straight, clear path. When the prince may have floundered, before, he has learned from his mistakes and now blazes forward confidently. Okay, this is making more sense. So a journey, perseverance, rush decisions, vengeance, and victory. Sorry, I kept dropping that down. All right, that's making sense, my beautiful collective. So there has been a flash of new inspiration, new energy, but Ace of Swords, that's new ideas, new ways of thinking. It's not the king or the queen, so aces do refer to air ideas. Wands is more inspiration, but this is also about communication as well. So it might just be that you've had a breakthrough lately and you've started to learn how to communicate, speak your mind a bit. Maybe you've stopped being a people pleaser. Maybe you have put your foot down in a few situations. Maybe, though, people have either viewed you as being reckless, impetuous, arrogant, and it could just be that you're actually just having some boundaries. It could also be that you've had a new burst of inspiration, a new, I don't know, maybe something's pushed you to the limit and you've just started speaking your mind and you're coming off as being a bit of an A-hat. So if you don't want to do that, it's possible that you had wound that back and you have settled down, but you still are driving for what it is that you're wanting to change. You're still going towards this in the choices that you're making with your Chariot, but you might have eased back a little bit on this upside down Knight of Wands energy that is coming off as, or maybe people are just feeling that that's how you are coming off. Maybe you have had to stand your ground and be a bit firm and continue to hold those boundaries. Maybe you've had to modify the way that you've done things because it wasn't working and people were thinking the worst of you. Possibly you have lost friends, partners, family, even workmates over it. Hopefully not. If you've been extremely brash, rude, defensive, you'll probably quickly find it's not going to get you very far and you might need to rework what you're doing. Let's go over to the Moonology so that we can look at the bigger picture and get a little bit more background information on what is happening for my collective right now. So, excuse me, doggy. I need to find full moon in Sagittarius. No. And it's hard when I forget and get distracted. No, Belly, not in my face. And lean into him for a moment and then he thinks that we're playing and then he's on top of my head again. So, Sagittarius, look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutiae can be counterproductive, or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What is the most positive thought you can have about it? Now is the time to count your blessings. Yes, every single one of them. I can't believe I'm able to just drive 20 minutes and be at a beach. It's so cool. Excuse me. And even if you can't now's the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks. So that's backing up. You've been a bit reckless. Not a bad thing, but maybe just need to modify the way you're doing it. Maybe you've been a bit reckless and you've dived in and, yeah, maybe you're banging on about the details and maybe you seem like a bunch of things, but if you're seeming like something you don't want to seem like, maybe you've chilled out a little bit so you don't seem that way anymore and you've modified your approach. But a reminder that we do have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Attune to the moon. Take time out for a mini break or adventure. I'm hanging to do that. This is my little nighttime adventure. Additional meanings for this card. This situation may have come around because you've been distracted. Be confident without being overconfident. So maybe you've been a bit overconfident and it's made you appear a little bit arrogant. To win the day. Or maybe you've just been confident, people haven't ever seen you be confident, and so they thought that you were being arrogant, and that's not what you were being at all. Have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. And find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. That's been difficult for me, because when I try to speak my mind, people don't seem to understand it, so then I have to go on to say too much, and it's not ideal. The teaching, the full moon in Sagittarius, is a time when we are reminded that life is an adventure. Yes, life is a highway, and I want to drive it all night long. And there's a big wide world out there beyond our backyard. It's about having fun and being prepared to sail into uncharted territory. It's about big ideas versus the details. No matter when you draw this card, it encourages you to look at the bigger picture. And then we have the full moon in Leo. So 2 fire signs at the moment, and someone said to me today that they understand if I am all fire at the moment. And a little bit I am. But I think the water is starting to come back into the picture and the air is clearing and making it easier to see. So don't let pride get in your way. Yes. Again, pride could be making you appear arrogant when you're holding your ground on something. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think about the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. I know a thing or two about being a bit OTT. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are in the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, so in other words, do as to others as you would wish that they would do unto you. I don't think that's exactly how it is said in the Bible, in the prayer. This is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. It's interesting for me. Oh, he's managed to... Billy slipped his lead out from under my butt, which was holding it, but that's good because he's going for a little explore and he feels safe enough to do that. So that's very, very good too. Billy and I both haven't felt very safe for a while. I imagine Billy hasn't felt safe for probably as long as I haven't felt safe. If he was in the pound for 50 days, I didn't do the math on the calendar, but I'd say we've both been struggling. He went on an adventure, I didn't. Now I'm on an adventure because I didn't go on one sooner, I guess. But yeah, I think we've both been probably having a hard time for about the same length of time when I think about it. So that's a bit of a synchronicity. So, attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good. Vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Works are magic. And a friendship may be ending now. The teaching. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time when people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. Okay, good advice, Spirit, thank you. And mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. So if you have, maybe, it does say there a relationship may be coming to an end. If you are being prideful, maybe swallow that pride, be the bigger person, apologize, And if it doesn't help, the person doesn't accept your apology, or because if you have says here that you're just trying to find your voice and assert your boundaries, and that's often required. If you're a people pleaser, it can be really hard. If people hear you assert your boundaries for the first time, then they will think that you're being an asshole. But maybe you got a little bit drunk on power, because it can feel good when you say no, to put your foot down a bit. If it's a friendship that you want to hold on to, or you've had some sort of misunderstanding with somebody, or there is a situation, work, relationship, friendship, family, whatever that you need to swallow your pride in, try that, be the bigger person. And if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant for you at this time, move on from it. So nothing is yet set in stone. You still have a chance to turn things around. If there's something that you are dwelling on, that those little fine details you've been looking at, or even the bigger picture that you've not been looking at and Spirit's asking you to, know that now is the time, because there is still time allowed in being able to shift it. There's still room to move. So mutable is all about change. Shape-shifting, I love shape-shifting. Even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. Love that. However, there is also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is yet set in stone. So going back to that first card, the full moon in Sagittarius, if you are like me, impatient as all heck to get to the conclusion, just try to enjoy the moment, chill out a little bit, try to not be a bull at a gate so you don't come off as arrogant and full of yourself and a braggart. It just means you're a bragging son of a gun. And remember that you need to just take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Stop focusing on the minutiae, those little details that aren't going to change anything. Look at the bigger picture. What do you want right now? And it's a new moon. It's a great time to release stuff, because we are in darkness at the moment. You won't know what's going on. There's no moon visible in the sky. Everything is in darkness and suspended for a little bit. Additional meanings for the card. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. So if you're not there right now, try to enjoy the pathway that is taking you there. There's probably lots of pretty things to look at on your way. A wildflower or two, a feather. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Yep, bend, flex, be like a tree branch, flow with the wind. Make sure you're not being led astray. I did pull a card earlier today from my digital deck that said, don't trust everybody. Don't trust anybody, just don't trust everybody. Have you become distracted? Yes, I'm keeping my eye on Billy. Time to focus. Stay with it, whatever it means to you. The teaching. In astrology, there are 3 so-called quadruplicities: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. And when the moon is in one of these signs, you know there's going to be more flexibility in a situation. Anytime you pull this card, it suggests there's the opportunity to keep visualizing and affirming what you want, as there's still room for change. So think about what you want and enjoy the daydream. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card to end on. So take a step back, look at the bigger picture, stop fussing over the little details. Just check yourself a little before you wreck yourself, but know that a friendship may be ending at this time, and if that's the case, that's okay. Nothing's ever lost, and some things are for a reason, some things are for a season. Very few things are for a lifetime. Very, very few things are for a lifetime. But our lifetime is just such a tiny little blip on the whole existence of this planet, and this planet is a tiny little blip in the existence of the universe, and the universe started with the Big Bang. And if anyone can tell me where the 2 little bits of dust came from that made the Big Bang, when they rubbed together so much that they went and made friction and went and made all of us, then I will believe in just about anything. At the moment, I believe in God, I believe in science, I believe that we are all atoms, we are all connected, we are all made of the same stuff. This beach, this sand, like sands through the hourglass, the waves in the background. It is the same thing that I am. It's the same thing that you are. That's how we have a collective consciousness, the thing that we can all tap into to get messages from our higher selves at any time. I love you. my beautiful collective, thank you for sitting in on my impromptu but most serendipitous perfect. Was able to relax and unwind for the first time. Relax and unwind outside. I've had little tiny glimpses of relaxing and unwinding inside. I think people think that what I put on YouTube and Instagram is like everything about me. No, it's not. I don't record. Oh, there's a little spider. There we go. On my screen. Perfect. Spiders mean you're tapping into your intuition. Please keep in mind that if you're watching a YouTuber, unless they're live streaming their whole entire life, they're not. So what you see is what you see. It's a tiny glimpse. It's a peephole. It's a window. It's a snippet. It's not the whole story. And it goes for all of us. Try to be kind, because whatever you're seeing in a person, unless you are up close and personal and living with them, and even then, I've discovered you can be living right beside a person and not have any idea what's going on in their head. So just try to be kind. Everybody is doing it a little bit tough right now. If you're in Australia, this costs $16 million and we've got a cost of living crisis, and Pringles cost $5.50 and it's ridiculous. I'm going to make sure my dog hasn't run away. I love you. Thank you for sitting in on my reading. I hope that something resonated. And please, I haven't been saying this, like, subscribe, comment. It makes a massive, massive difference. If you're a friend and you're saying, can I do something to help? No one, I won't say no one has said that, but yes, the people that have said, can I do something to help? Yes, please like, subscribe, share. If you don't have a YouTube account, you won't be able to like and you won't be able to comment, I don't think, but you can definitely share. You can always share. If anything resonates and you think it might resonate with somebody that you like and want to share with, please like, share. And if you do have a YouTube account, subscribe. It helps. It helps a lot. Thank you, my beautiful collective. I will see you soon.